Okay.
Even the greatest and the most powerful countries in the world, fortunately or unfortunately, who call themselves capitalists, have a sort of socialism in themselves. Look at the Social Security Act that Roosevelt started. Why did he start the Social Security? Because he realized when people retire, they became desperate. They were not able to work. They were not able to pay their mortgages and other bills. And they formed the Social Security Act, which until today is one of the benefits that you can never take out of this country. And that's form of socialism. Look at Obamacare. Obamacare is another socialist agenda. And all these socialist agenda are subsidized. We have a program called Weeks for Kids. When you get a child, you automatically qualify for Weeks in this great country that where people still work and make a lot of money. They subsidize school education for every child. The last report I was reading is for every child, I think the American school system with free lunch, transportation, and everything it does to one child, it uses almost 8,000 per school semester. Look at the subsidies on utilities. When it's winter time, here in Minnesota, if you are not able to pay for your gas and your electricity, haitakatwa, and nobody will dare do that. The government subsidizes it and pays for it. So the issue of subsidies, I'm not sure nani anadanganya Ruto. Maybe it's David Ndii. I'm not sure. That is his economic advisor. But the issue of subsidies is a worldwide thing, even to the most powerful countries. In order to allow the citizens to have extra money so that money circulation can be there, you ought to subsidize things so that people can have more money in their pockets to buy a TV, to put cable, to do all these things so that you can create jobs. You cannot create jobs by taking subsidies away because then there is no money left for data. There is no money left for Wi-Fi. There is no money left for cable. There is no money left for other things. So you find that you are spending and you do not have money to do other things. Thus, the economy cannot grow. Subsidies are meant to put more money on the pocket so that the index, the consumer index, can be there. So that, you see, the economy grows by selling and buying. So if you are not able to buy something, how can you create jobs? Who's going to buy those products? So what they have literally done, and I gave you, I thought it was 55, and I think Kenyan with Love told me that 64. When I looked today again, the index is 74 companies major have moved out of Kenya because electricity is too expensive. Electricity alone, you can't run a company. You know that people are not bureaucrats who go and get government contracts. People are in production business, therefore they are using energy. Energy has become extremely expensive for them. Now they are moving to countries like Egypt, who subsidize what? Their energy, because business is sustainable. So once you take the subsidies away, you may think you're taking it from Alex and Stone PK, but you're also affecting companies who are doing direct foreign investment. So that's the unfortunate thing. And people are facing mass job losses, and that is bringing that poverty index, which Jeremiah just told us. And I think we are going to move from 116, which was a little bit better, Jeremiah. Maybe you are going to go to 168 if we don't take care of what is happening in our country. Very soon, Kenyans have been some of the most progressive and most literate people in the world. Wherever we go, we perform. Very soon, you will find that Kenya cannot export human capacity development. We have been one of the people who have been exporting human capacity development to where? To Qatar, to Middle East. Even here, if you go to Atlanta CDC, you find only Kenyans are working there. Some Africans, the biggest large number is Africans. So I think it's going to be history whereby taking of these subsidies is going to affect this country adversely, because Ruto wants us to be poor, and poverty is what he likes in us. One time, he used to call Raila Lord of Poverty. And this Barack Muluka read a book and told him that he's the Lord of the Flies, because the people who follow him like flies. And he stopped using that word, Lord of Poverty. And the thing is that he is now the Lord of Poverty. He is making Kenyans poorer than what they were. And that's what he wants. Guru, I saw your hand. Maybe you wanted to respond to me.
Yes, I'm telling you this, that this country has never been in a most trying moment than it is now. Alex, yesterday there's a report that already Tanzania has inked a contract to construct, to extend its railway right inside DRC. One of the things that has made this country thrive, Kenya, is its strategic positioning. And one of the things that make that strategic positioning be beneficial is because countries that are our neighbors have in the past inevitably hauled their goods, their cargo through our country. So we gain something. But right now, what is happening is that Kenya stands that risk of losing its strategic positioning and being able to tap into resources of our neighbors. Our neighbors are not sleeping. They are working hard to get a piece of the pie. Therefore, I saw that they are going to extend to 1,000 and something kilometers. And what is most interesting is that railway line will only cost 271 billion Kenya shillings. And it is thousands of kilometers. Now, when you look at our own, already I don't know how much we have spent. So it is a race against time. If Tanzania cracks it, because they are saying by 2026, they'll have completed the work. We are done. We are done, and that's it. So this government has a lot of work to do. Some of these petty politics, like the ones that we engaged in, or change the, clearing station from Naivasha to Mombasa and on and on. The other countries are not waiting for us to play such petty politics. They are moving on. So very soon we might find ourselves trapped with infrastructure that is not being used, and you pay for it. And imagine you have taken a loan, you have put in a business, and nobody comes to buy. It impoverishes the country more. So even as we play these small politics, internal ethnic politics, the world is moving on. Okay, when some pockets of the country think that Raila is the problem as an individual, then we have a problem. Rather than harness the knowledge and resources that we have, you can imagine Raila is the AU representative of the infrastructure, and maybe how much will benefit in case his knowledge is tapped. So therefore, Tanzania is a giant that is coming up very fast. At the rate at which we are going, the other day, Tanzanian money were exchanging at, I think, around 22 with our sharing. Now it is 18. So it only shows you these people are moving and moving too fast. If we move the way we are moving ourselves, in the next maybe 10 years, Tanzania will be the giant in this region. So these are serious matters. And you know what happens is that, like Alex has said, electricity is a big component of manufacturing. So the moment energy cost is unbearable or cuts into profits, and with the East African market and the COMESA market, those companies will move to the other countries and make Kenya the market for their products. That's basically what it is. So we are sitting here on our laurels. If you ask some Kenyans, they'll tell you we are more advanced than Tanzania and the rest. Yes, we may have taken off fast, but it doesn't mean we are going to remain there. It all depends on how we play our game. Okay? So it's going to be a race against time. And the way I'm seeing right now with the issues that are happening, we can only hope, just hope, which may be based on quicksand. Countries are not run on a whimsical policy frameworks. Today you are here, tomorrow you are there. In fact, I can tell you that there are those companies that have left Kenya because of the uncertainty of policy framework. Look at a situation like the one in Naivasha. You market the place as an industrial hub. Then all of a sudden you make decisions that actually injure the basic businesses there. Those people will not come again. They'll be jittery. There are people who are crying there because they borrowed money. They started putting up huge hotels that can attract even tourists. But today, they don't know what to do. They are left with a shell. When you have a government that does not have a predictable policy framework, you are setting the country for failure. And because we mix our policies with petty politics, then perhaps that's why even people like Museveni, because they know us very well, they are not very sure whether to bank on us. They are not. The pipeline, you know, there was a pipeline that was to cross through Kenya as they exploit their oil, and we exploit ours. We are to have a joint kind of project, but somehow that also went cold. So there are big issues here. We are sitting here jumping up and down and thinking, oh, it's well. Oh, it's not well. The former president seemed to be acutely aware of the precarious situation that we were in, and went out of his way even to form bridges with the DRC and the rest, so that even as we may lose others, we may gain others. But we can only wait and see what this government is going to do. Otherwise, it's not that we could easily lose our strategic positioning, which is actually our strength. That's what brings the money. Thank you.